Hey, what's up guys, it's AndreOther here, bringing you guys another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to structure your beats and how I personally structure my beats. So let's get into it. So before we get into the tutorial guys, I just want to explain a couple of things first. I just want to explain the concept of a beat and a bar. So obviously if you're a producer and you know this already, you don't have to listen to this section of the video, you can skip. But if you're a new producer and you're not really that sure about what a beat and a bar is, I'm just going to explain that to you guys quickly because I'm going to be mentioning that quite a lot in this video. So if you don't know what a beat is pretty much every hit of a metronome. So if you put on the metronome on your beat, you play the beat and the metronome starts clicking. Every time you hear the metronome click, that is a beat. For most projects, they'll be in a 4/4 time signature, which is the standard, and which means that there will be 4 beats in a bar. Obviously if you have a different time signature, probably a 3/4 or something like that, then it'll be different. But for most beats, for most people, their beats are 4/4 time signatures. And if you don't know where your time signature is, it says it up here. So that thing that says 4/4, that's your time signature. Most of yours will be 4/4. But yeah, so in that case, there will be 4 beats in a bar. So every time you hit a metronome hit 4 times, that's a bar. And you can see that illustrate on Logic. It goes 1 2 3 4, that's a bar. 1 2 3 4, that's a bar. And it's illustrated in any DAW, FL Studio, Ableton. And yeah, so I just wanted to clarify beats and bars and stuff like that for all the new producers that are not that sure about what that means. That's basically what it means. So yeah, let's get into the tutorial. Alright guys, so we are now here in Logic, and as you can see, I have a project open up for you guys. This is a beat that I've already done. Has already been made, obviously, as you can see. And this beat, I structured the beat how I usually structure most of my beats, so I thought this would be a good example of how I structure my beats. So when it comes to structuring your beat, the 2 things you need to know about is verses and choruses. You know, obviously when you're structuring a beat, you can have a verse and a chorus. You know, some beats have a bridge, some beats have a pre-verse, a post-verse. If you really want to get in depth into music theory, you know that some songs have an A section, a B section, a C section. But just to keep things really basic and really simple, especially with trap and hip hop music nowadays, it's really just about the verse and the chorus. You don't really have to worry about bridges and stuff like that, because you don't really hear that in a lot of trap music nowadays. So the standard for a verse is normally about 16 bars long. I feel like that's the standard for most verses, and the chorus is normally shorter than the verse, and it normally comes in around 8 bars long. Obviously you don't have to stick to that, but that's kind of what I kind of like to stick to most of the time. Some beats, you know, I kind of want the verse to be shorter and the chorus to be longer. Some beats, the verse might be 8 bars and the chorus might be 8 bars, but most of the time I like to keep the chorus a little bit shorter than the verse, just because it's a rap and a lot of people, you know, want to use those verses to, you know, spit their bars and stuff. So how do I structure my beats? Like, how do I differ the verse from the chorus? With me, my verses are always kind of stripped back. So my verse section of my songs, again, a lot of times is 16 bars, and my verse section of this beat is up to here. So that's 16 bars, as you can see. That's my verse section. And as you can see, the verse section is a little bit more stripped back. It's really just the melody, the drums. You know, sometimes I take in some drums, sometimes I give the drums a little bit of a rest, but that's not that important. What's important is the verse section here, and as you can see, it's quite stripped back. It's just one melody, and I also have my 808s there that get introduced halfway through the verse. So that's how I like to do my verses. I don't want my verses to have too many melodies and stuff like that, because the verses aren't really about the melody. The verse is really about the bars, and you know, the rapper wants to use the verse to spit their bars and to get off, you know, whatever they have on their chest. And then when it comes to the hook, the chorus, that's when they start, you know, doing all the interesting melodies and stuff. So the verse section for me, normally 16 bars, and it's normally stripped back. It's normally just the main melody and the drums, and also the bass. So as you can see here, we have the chorus section, and the chorus for me is pretty much the climax of the beat. The chorus for me is when everything comes together. So The chorus for me is all about the melody. So as you can see in this chorus section, I have a string. I have some strings that come in the chorus section just to bring out the chorus and to bring out the melodies that the artist is gonna sing. So that's what I like to use the chorus for. The chorus to me is when everything comes together, when you have all the melodies and stuff like that, the bass comes in, and that's really the climax of the song. So that's really the basics of how I like to structure my beats, and that's kind of my philosophy. The verse is normally longer than the chorus, and the chorus is normally when everything comes together. Now when it comes to, you know, bridges and stuff like that, you don't really have to worry too much about that. You normally see a lot of bridges in a lot of R&B kind of music. So if you do want to have some bridges if you do want to add some bridges into your beats, I recommend listening to some R&B. There's a lot of old school kind of R&B have beautiful bridges. But with a bridge, anytime I do a bridge, it's normally about 4 bars long, maybe 8 bars long, and it normally comes after the chorus. It normally goes chorus, bridge, and then the bridge leads us into another chorus. Or I do verse, bridge, and then chorus. One thing I always do with the bridge, and what I normally notice with bridges, is they always kind of lead into the chorus. And again, this is just a little template, you know, so you know what I said about the verses and the hooks and stuff, this is just a template. You guys don't have to stick to this. You know, there's a lot of beats nowadays where it's really just one kind of melody, it's one loop. They don't really introduce any other sounds or bass or anything like that into the beat. It's just one kind of continuous loop, and in that situation, the artist has to kind of decide where the hook and where the verse is going to come in. So there's a lot of beats like that. I don't really do beats like that. I kind of like to guide the artist. So the way I structure my beats, I like it to be pretty obvious where the verse is and pretty obvious where the hook is. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people kind of just have like one loop, and then the artist pretty much has to decide where the hook and the verse is going to come in. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, you know, you guys don't have to stick to this formula, but if you just want to make a beat quickly, you just want to come up with a very simple basic structure, longer verse and the shorter chorus section. That's kind of the standard, you know, that's kind of how I like to do things, and that's kind of like the standard, I feel like. But again, what you guys can do, and this is what I did as well, I used to listen to some of my favorite songs. I listened to some of my favorite songs and see how they kind of structure the song, and see how the beat was kind of structured in those songs. You know, sometimes all you have to do is listen to your favorite song and listen to how the producer kind of structures the beat. So the chorus, the bridge, even the verse section is all quite distinctive. You know, so if you guys want to do that, I recommend doing that. Just listen to some of your favorite songs, and when you listen to them, you'll see how the producer kind of guides the artist and kind of makes it obvious where the verse is, the hook is, the bridge, the pre-chorus, the post-chorus. A lot of producers are very clever when it comes to that thing. So I recommend just listening to some of your favorite songs and really paying attention to the structure of those songs. So I'm just gonna play this beat for you guys. So I'm just gonna play this verse and chorus section just to give you guys an idea of how I structure my beats and how they end up sounding when I structure my beats this way. So we're just gonna play this beat and hear how it sounds. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It sounds pretty good, it sounds pretty continuous, and yeah, that's kind of how I like to structure my beats. So that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say as it pertains to structuring your beats and stuff. And like I said before, guys, you don't have to do everything that I did in this video. Obviously, music is about being creative and finding your own way. This is just a structure that I found over my years of producing that kind of worked well for me and the beats that I produce and how I like to produce my beats. Your structure might be different, you know, so again, just try to find your own way, try and get creative with it. Listen to some of your favorite songs and listen to how those songs are structured and try and go from there. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys learned something and I hope you guys liked the video. If you did like the video though, please hit the like button down below and subscribe for more, because I have way more videos like this coming out every single week. If you guys want to purchase any beats from me, you can go to AndreOther.beatstars.com, and if you guys want, you can follow me on Twitter and you can follow me on Instagram for all latest updates, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.